Don't forget what happened last year against the Denver Nuggets. Mike Conley shares it early with Donovan Mitchell. And that's the way it begins.
And I like that shot for Donovan Mitchell. A good shot in the lane.
They've been outscored the Memphis Grizzlies by 8 points in the first 12 minutes of play, and they can't afford that in an elimination game. Donovan Mitchell, not exactly a three-point threat, but he's not bad percentage-wise, as Valanciunas gets the first points of the game for Memphis. On the wing, right back at it. Donovan Mitchell.
But he just finds a way to make plays and stay in this league because he knows how to play. He has a very high basketball IQ, and that carries him on a nightly basis. Donovan
Mitchell coming up short. Jaren Jackson. Memphis still only down by 2, though, against a team that was 31-5 on their home floor. Good penetration, Bogdanovich. And Conley, he's killing his whole team, isn't he?
Getting used to playing with Donovan Mitchell was something different. And so this year he looks so much more comfortable, and he is really helping Utah do an incredible job. And this backcourt is underrated.
Boy, they can't live without him. And especially when you consider what he did in game 2. 47. Off the glass. Guess who?
Donovan Mitchell, that man.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid the slow start. Let's see if they can recover, because they've been hit with a haymaker and another. Royce O'Neal, you just saw him on the corner three. He's looking for his own shot. The step through. Kyle Anderson can't roll it home. So Donovan Mitchell and Utah start the game 10 for 13, 77%, and a little bit higher than that. 14-point game. We're halfway through the opening 12. As Donovan Mitchell, you can't give up layups either.
They haven't stopped him from getting downhill all night long. Donovan Mitchell being ultra aggressive, and right now Memphis has no answers.
Bogdanovich didn't curl at home. Tough angle, tried to take advantage of Grayson Allen. He's got a little size there in the foul. Thought he'd stay in Minneapolis. He's from the Twin Cities. On the take, how about Donovan Mitchell back on the floor, making an impact once again. First time All-Star, and they had 3 All-Stars, don't forget. Mike Conley finally got there. So they had Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and Mike Conley. The second chance opportunities have not been there at all, Brendan, for Memphis. Gobert, look out.
Oh,
he's got it on the hammer.
And that's what happens. Donovan Mitchell starts driving a lot.
He's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 overall. Difference in the game, though, the 3-ball. And it's taken away on the entry to Gobert. But right back at it, Mitchell saw that coming, didn't he?
But their approach has been phenomenal by the Jazz.
Contact for Donovan Mitchell. And a foul is... no, he's out of bounds on the baseline.
He carves out so much space as far as with weak side duck ins and just being aggressive inside that he forces you to guard him.
And led the league in exactly what he did, but that's a breakdown defensively.
2 things that they can do well. If they're not scoring, they can go to something different, whether that's defense, passing, and the fact that he was able to pass, that he's increased his assists this year.
16-point game, inside of 3 to play. It'll be Donovan. Everything working. Everything working for Donovan Mitchell. Putting everybody together on the same page. The chemistry is there.
Yeah, you definitely have. Oh, wow. Great.
Look out.
Oh, my.
Got away from Brooks again.
The passing has just been phenomenal. You definitely have to see the basketball. And like I said, guys like Royce O'Neal that don't get a lot of shots, they get going even more when they get those quick layups. Now when he gets his next 3, he's going to feel more confident. And Rudy Gobert inside with the great defense.
And Mitchell comes up with a loose ball as we hit the 120 mark. Jazz working on a 70-point half. 3-ball wide. Grayson Allen will tow it straight away. Took a bounce out, and Mitchell with a rebound. Grayson.
My God, Uncle Sam Mitchell. Hey, listen, is there a better dressed announcer than Sam Mitchell? Sam Mitchell's always smooth. Oh, my God. Speaking of smooth.
Into the shot clock makes no difference.
Speaking of smooth, Donovan Mitchell, and he's talking to Dylan Brooks about
Donovan Mitchell. He sees now it's down. He'll take it. End of the path. Gets it! Do you believe this guy?
Who is he? Who is the dude? Donovan Mitchell from 3 on fire right now in Utah. Those games were played in the 80s. They 75, you was late in the 3rd quarter trying to get 75, early 4th quarter.
It starts with a missed opportunity from beyond the arc. And Mike Conley is not going to be back, and that could be a dilemma, as Donovan Mitchell thought he was hit from behind.
And if your big man isn't a dominant scorer on the block, you want him to have game like Jaren Jackson Jr. where he can shoot the 3. And if your big man isn't a dominant scorer on the block, you want him to have game like Jaren Jackson Jr. where he can shoot the 3. As Royce O'Neal throws down the dunk. Wave of big men, the hybrid big that can play all over the court.
That kind of night for Memphis. Usually goes down for Kyle Anderson. He struggled last game from the outside, struggling tonight as well. Usually goes down for Kyle Anderson. He struggled last game from the outside, struggling tonight as well. Donovan finds Rudy. Gobert on the finger roll. And Quinn Snyder didn't want to take any chances after what happened last year when they were up 3-1. Plus, you never know what can happen. Another breakdown. Nobody accounted for Favors after he slipped that screen out top.
Yeah, but Giannis is very strong. So if you put Kevin Durant on him, he's going to bump him off as he gets to his spot. Whereas they tried to use DeAndre Jordan in the regular season, and that did not work out.
And if you have a perfect follow-through, you're going to hit the bill of your hat.
Exactly.
He knows.
Hey, man, Flash needs to send me one of those fitteds. I like that Utah fitted cap right there. I'm into that. Hey, Flash, how about your boy?
First among rookies in three-point percentage. 13th overall. They wanted to foul. They won't get it. And it's picked up by Ja Morant. But there is balance and in transition. Three ball, hard off the heel. Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell, the catalyst early. Now the shot clock coming down on Jordan Clarkson.
I was doing work I was covering the draft for NBA Sirius XM radio at the time, and we're at the draft and I'm interviewing him. I was like, hey man, Quinn Snyder's not playing any games. He doesn't want any miraculous comebacks to happen. He's going to get his star back in there and make sure that the Jazz close this game out right.
Beautiful pass. Royce O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell on the assist. He's got a double-double now. That's his 10th dime. They know the rules. Jordan Clarkson picked up by Melton. Nobody stops the basketball. And he's going to the line looking at the three-point play. They say Donovan Mitchell got a piece of him. He's really done a great job for them off the bench as the lead guard in the second unit. Donovan working on Brooks. And the floater. He's up to 30. They figure to be good rotation players for Memphis down the road.
Yeah, I like Brandon Clark. Very athletic forward. Makes some truly special plays at the rim.
They figure to be good rotation players for Memphis down the road.
Yeah, I like Brandon Clark. Very athletic forward. Makes some truly special plays at the rim.